Alright, let's face it, the only nerd news people care about today is that brand spanking new Avengers Endgame trailer. So for today's nerd news, I present to you Trailer Trash Talk. It's not about the third cousin that loves Five Finger Death Punch Affliction Wear T-Shirts and still thinks chicks dig the stench of Axe body spray. Nope, this is where we talk trash about a new movie trailer. So let's get started. We start things out with Iron Man himself, Tony Stark, stuck in the Benatar spaceship from the Guardians of the Galaxy. He's with Nebula, talking about how there is no way out and he is about to die. He makes it clear that there is no way that he will escape, death has been accepted, and he records a final goodbye to Pepper Potts. This of course means that he will not die in this scene, he does escape, and hopefully the plot twist here isn't too predictable. Some guess that him and Nebula are rescued by Captain Marvel on her way to Earth. My guess, however, is that it will be Pepper Potts. There was a rescue comic, the suit is actually called Rescue Armor, and that option will tug at our heartstrings more. Oh, he will die, it will just be much closer to the end of the film, it will be an epic death, and it will rip your heart out. Next up, we see a scarecrow made with the armor of Thanos. This is still borrowing heavily from the original Infinity Gauntlet comic book source material, which is a good thing. We see Thanos walking through his farm on what people on the set were calling Titan 2. We don't know an exact timeline, but his chest wound has healed, so this may be months or years after the end of Infinity War. Next up, we see the Avengers headquarters. I didn't notice anything significant here, but if you did, please mention it in the comments. Next, we see that Captain Steve Rogers is clean-shaven, crying, and talking about going home. Many have speculated that this means time travel. Now we see Bruce Banner looking at photos of the people who were turned to dust in Infinity War. Yes, there is Scott Lang, who's better known as Ant-Man, a very quick shot of Shuri, the Princess of Wakanda, and Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man. Then we go to a shot of a very broken Thor, who lost a ton of his people at the beginning of Infinity War, but then lost half of those survivors at the end. We get a quick shot of Nebula standing in the spaceship, then brushing her hand across Tony Stark's shoulder. There is a scene with the former Hawkeye, now in full Ronin gear. This tells us that his entire family was wiped out in the dusting, and being Ronin is his way of dealing with it. He is shown wiping blood off his blade, but we have no idea who the three bodies are that he has just killed. The next interesting shot is when they show Steve Rogers looking at the compass with a photo of Peggy Carter in it. This could be another hint that time travel will be involved. After they show the letter A reforming from dust to show that everything is coming back together again, they finally give us the title Endgame. Endgame has been used by Marvel as a title in the comics about 20 times in the past, so I was hoping for something different personally. The trailer ends with the most perplexing and least depressing part of the entire 2 minutes. Scott Lang is seen at the door to the Avengers headquarters asking to be buzzed in. This means that he found a way back from the quantum realm despite being stuck there when Hank Pym and his daughter Hope Van Dyne were turned to dust. Avengers Endgame will be released on April 26, 2019 instead of the previously announced May 3rd, 2019. I encourage you to post your thoughts in the comments, call me out for any mistakes I made, or just fill in the things that I missed. See you Monday for the next episode of Nerd News.